good morning, students. I hope you all are safe and secure at your places. Okay, my dear children, as we have started lesson number 10, that is the rise of small kingdom in North India, and in which we have already studied about the three major empires, that is the Rashtrakutas, the Palas and the Pratiharas. Now, the next topic of this chapter is governance in North India. Now, in governance, we will study what was the administrative system at that time, what was the economy, society, religion and education. So let's start with the first one, that is administration. So dear children, the king was assisted by the different official and he was the supreme power. Means king was the head of military as well as judiciary, and he was assisted means helped by the different official, and the king had the strong armies, and the whole empire was divided into provinces. So dear children, provinces means states. Okay, next one is economy. So what was the economic condition of the state? So economic condition of the state was as follow. There was a disparity in social classes. Means the society was divided into different classes like royal families, official and traders. They were prosperous, and rich or wealthy class it was known as. Second, villagers or common people, they were the poor class and they lived a life of misery. Third, the temples. The temples here were the center of riches. Riches means wealth, and hence attracted the invaders from outside the country. Next, fourth one is the fourth feature of the economy was feudal system. So dear children, feudal system is a very important term that you should know. So what was the feudal system? So feudal system was a system which was raised by the kings. So in feudal system, a feudal lord or an official was being gifted a piece of land by the king, and that land piece was directly ruled by that lord or that official, but in return he has to help the king when required. Means during war उसको जब भी king को मिलिट्री असिस्टेंस की जरूरत पड़ती थी, तब वो फ्यूडल लॉर्ड जो थे वो अपनी मिलिट्री असिस्टेंस किंग को प्रोवाइड करते थे उस लैंड पीस के बदले में. So the feudal system was prevalent during the medieval period in North India, but later on this feudal system was proved as a bad, means was proved very harmful for the kings. Why? Because gradually the feudal lords increased their power and the central authority became very weak. Now let me tell you some examples. Chauhans and Parmaras were some feudal lords, and later they established their independent empires. I hope you understand their economy. So next is society. So my dear children, the society was divided into mainly two parts. The first one was the kings, the feudal lords and the Brahmins, and they enjoyed the high positions and they lived a life of luxury. Like they enjoyed all the prestigious position in the society and they lived a very luxurious life. But other side, the Shudras, as we have studied in class 6, that the society was divided into Varna system and the condition of the Shudras was quite miserable. So the Shudras and women, both, they were living a very poor life, and there was a social discrimination and their life was quite miserable. One more thing, the evil practices like sati, polygamy and child marriage were also prevalent. So dear children, sati pratha, sati system was very famous, in which a lady was being burnt in the burning pyre of her husband on his death. And the polygamy means having more than one wife, and even child marriage was the main social evil that were prevalent at that time. So next is religion. The North India main gods and goddesses were Vishnu, Shiva, Kali, Lakshmi and Durga, and the Rajputs mainly followed the Hinduism, and at that time Bhakti saints were also very prevalent, and they also started preaching devotion to the god, and they discarded the narrow-mindedness, superstitions and many other social evils. So dear children, next topic is education. So elementary education was confined to the temples and monasteries. Means elementary education जो थी वो temples में और monasteries में दी जाती थी. Higher educations के लिए universities थी, जैसे कि नालंदा यूनिवर्सिटी and विक्रमशिला यूनिवर्सिटी. Their main subjects were philosophy and religion. But you will be surprised to know the main subjects like maths and science were ignored, and the religion and philosophy were encouraged. And development of regional languages. At that time, the regional languages like Marathi, Gujarati, Bengali, Assamese, they were developed at a fast rate. But Sanskrit enjoyed a prominent place. Means Sanskrit language was considered as the main language, and at that time Buddhist literature were also written in Pali language, and Jain literature was written in Prakrit language. I hope you have understood till education. So dear children, next topic is art and architecture in North India during the medieval period under Rajputas. So art and architecture was quite developed at that time, and mural painting was very famous. So mural paintings, which type of mural painting is there? So mural painting is nothing, the painting that is directly done on the wall, or any piece of artwork that is directly painted or done on the walls is called mural painting. So mural painting was developed at that time. Second one was miniature painting. What do you mean by miniature? Miniature means small. So in your books you might have seen many small paintings are there. That is a kind of miniature painting, means small pictures which are usually used to illustrate the books or magazines or some other audiovisuals. Next is art of sculpture and architecture. Means art and architecture of that time was quite developed. So we have very fine examples like Lingaraj temple, that is in Bhubaneswar, Odisha, Mukteshwar temple and Sun temple at Konark, Odisha. They have the fine art of sculpture as well as architecture, which prove that the art and architecture of North India was well developed. The last but not the least topic of this chapter is trade. So the trade was well developed, as the India had the trade relationship with East, Southeast and West and Central Asia as well as the European countries. The common features in political, social and cultural life of the people brought the people of world closer to India. But this close relationship didn't benefit the Indian also. Why? Because later on Afghans, Turkish and Mughals got benefit with this relationship, and later on they started invading India for its wealth and established their empires in India. I hope you understood this topic. Thank you.